What is up, guys? Hfmasters here, and today we are doing the review on the Ferrari F8 Tributo. Now this set will retail for $20 and comes with 275 pieces. On the front of the box it just shows the F8, and on the back it shows off, well, the actual real life car and then some other just angles of the Lego car. So let's open this up. Now I'd just like to briefly touch upon the new 8-stud wide designs, and here is the McLaren from 2019, and as you can tell, well, the Ferrari is simply just wider and it feels just more proportionally better with the length. Now, one thing you will see with a lot of the new 2020 Speed Champion sets is with the $20 price tag, they are going to be larger, so I'll just bring this one in. As you can see, that one is significantly larger than the McLaren. However, since the Ferrari is actually supposed to be a very slim and sleek car, what they've done is they've actually pulled that off, and what you can see is it's actually smaller than the other Speed Champion 2020 sets, and that's why it looks the same height as the McLaren. However, it is, well, technically, in terms of the rest of the Speed Champion sets, it is technically a slim model. Now the F8 is done really wonderfully with Lego, and now I do want to talk about the front here because, well, I'm not really a big fan of certain aspects of the front, and it really comes down to this right here, that piece. It's an extra detail that you wouldn't normally see in Speed Champion sets. However, with the $20 price tag, they have now the budget to put it in, and it just feels super excessive and not really needed. It was hard to put this in, and it kept falling out, so it was pain to build. Now the rest of the front is really nice. You actually have a stickered, or sorry, not a sticker, but a print right here, so that's awesome to have. Right here you've got stickers, it's a Ferrari logo, and then over here you've got headlights, and then there is one other thing I'd like to mention on the front, and that is the fact that it actually goes down here, and you have these two studs, while the rest of the car is all tiled up and it's plated here. But I just hate the fact that there are studs here. That just just gets me. Now the side of the car is actually really awesome. First off, you have a small printed Ferrari logo right there, and you do have the side mirrors, and yeah, they're adjustable just like almost any other car. Now what they've done here is, since it's 8-stud wide, they're actually able to capture some of the dimensions in the actual F8 Tributo, and so basically with this wrench you can see I'm putting it in, and what they're actually getting there is there's a fact that this actually is supposed to curve in and this is supposed to curve in into the real car, and so basically this is 6 studs wide, this is 8 studs wide, and that's something that is new for these 2020 sets. They're actually able to capture the cars better and all the different angles. I really like that. That's awesome that they've done that. The last thing is just the plating of this is so awesome. What you probably can't tell is this is actually a little bit further out than right here. And what they've done is they've got these plates and they're all coming together, and it's so smooth. It's just really wonderful. And it's something that, again, you would not see with some of the older Speed Champion sets. And I just love it a lot. Now this back of the car I actually do have a little bit of an issue with, and it's mainly because in real life this is a lot more curvy and you can't pull it off with Lego. What they've done here is this light is actually a little bit lower and this is more pushed out, and that's supposed to represent a curve, so basically this is just a little bit closer to the camera. I just hate it because I feel like they could have actually got that a little bit curved, which would have been more realistic. As you can see, this is just like a complete box, and I just hate that because on the real car it is very curvy. And the thing is that this right here is not even the best piece they could have used. They could have used a more curvy piece, and they actually used that on other Speed Champion cars, so it is very frustrating that they've done this. Now the rest of the back is actually very similar to the actual real life car. I do like these engines here. That's accurate. You've got the logo here, and then they do have a base plate, which I'm assuming is just the designer's initials, and then maybe when he got a job at Lego. I'm not exactly too sure what these numbers here and letters represent. Just a nice little detail. Now the last thing I do want to mention This black piece right here is actually a red and black kind of intermediate printed piece. Now moving up to the top of the car, well, we have these windows, and basically these back windows, they're supposed to represent an angle of just the windows going downward, and they've done this mainly by putting tiles and then moving one up. So you have this here, and then it goes up by just one stud. It's really well done, and I think it does a good job capturing what it needs to capture. The other thing is that, again, just like in the actual car, you have all these plates, and you do have those curves where this is more wide out than this, and so they do meet up. And as you can see, I can put this wrench in between. Again, it's just a nice thing they've done. It is a little gappy here, which in the real car, it's not gappy. However, the fact that they have that there, I really appreciate. It's something that they have not had for Speed Champion sets before. Lastly, I do want to talk about the windshield, and since it is a printed piece, it's actually, the red is a little bit darker. I'm not sure if you can tell on the camera, but this red is a little bit darker, and that's because it is printed on a trans blackish clear piece. And so the other alternative would have been a sticker, but it would have had to have been a clear sticker. And honestly, I am just fine with the printing. It's very like, it's super unnoticeable. So I like the printing, and I'm just glad that they didn't do a sticker. Now, of course, the interior, new for the 2020 Speed Champion sets, it's got enough room for 2 minifigures, and it's just nice to have because the 8 studs, so you can put 2 minifigures. Very simple interior. I like it a lot, just something that we have not had before, and I like it. Now, there is one minifigure in this set, and it is just a Ferrari driver. Not really much going on here. He does have a Ferrari logo on his shirt. He has a red jacket, blue pants. Not much going on. He does have a helmet and a wrench, and he also does have a hairpiece. Overall, it's a very simple minifigure, just a nice addition. Overall, I really like the Ferrari F8 Tributo. Now, for $20, you might be a little turned off. However, I do think the price tag is justified. Now, you have some printed pieces in here, which normally you don't see. There are a lot of stickers, so I guess give or take, you may not like that. However, you could easily take those stickers off and it won't be an issue. The other thing is, if you're worried with how this is going to display with some of your older Speed Champion sets, I do think it displays a lot better than the other 2020 sets, mainly because it's not as big. It is wider, but the fact that it's not so big actually does help it when it comes to displaying this set with some of the original Speed Champion sets. Now again, if you don't like this car model, you're probably not going to like this car. What you see is basically what you get. And overall, it's a pretty accurate model, especially for LEGO. It's more accurate than basically any of the 2019 sets. And if this was made last year, I guarantee you it would not be as accurate. Overall, I do think this is a good set, and I love the fact that they've been able to get so many details. I did have that one nitpicky thing at the very start with the front. However, overall, it's a really good car. I like it a lot. I think it's very accurate, and I would recommend it if you're a car fan, if you like Speed Champions. No matter what the reason is, if you have any interest in this car, I would recommend it. And with that all said, this is Hfmasters saying goodbye.